guys and girls, so today I actually have another KILLSTAR haul for you, but these are pieces which I've all kind of bought separately that I kind of felt all linked together in some way. So basically, usually when I do make KILLSTAR haul videos, especially for dresses, I like to kind of devote one video to each item, but I felt that these were very similar in kind of quality and material, and they kind of all followed the same kind of theme to me, although these didn't all come out in the same ranges and the same kind of drops and style drops or stock drops or whatever they call. All have come out in different times. One of these dresses was actually in the sale, one of them is really new, and one of them is kind of 6 months old kind of thing. I just felt like they all work together. So I'm going to try and show you all of these dresses without making a 48-hour video, because usually I kind of spend 20 minutes talking about each dress. But I'm hoping, due to the fact that like elements such as quality of these dresses are all the same, that hopefully it won't take too long. I will also include clips during the haul just to show you what each of these dresses look like and how I have kind of styled them. So this is the first dress I have to show you, and actually the newest one out of the 3 that I'm going to show you today. So I'm just going to be consulting KILLSTAR's website to get the names for you, but I will leave these linked down below. But this is the Kultur skating dress, and this does retail at $39.99, so it is a £40 dress. I actually had a little bit of luck with this dress. I did order a skirt through lay-by. I ordered a skirt alongside this dress that I'm wearing today. The skirt, I ordered it in a large, and honestly I would have needed to kind of upsize to like an XXL in order for that skirt to have fit me. So I did kind of contact KILLSTAR asking if perhaps I could swap the skirt for a different item rather than just the same skirt in a bigger style, because ultimately I was just so disappointed with this skirt and I felt like the quality wasn't great for the skirt anyway. So this dress had just dropped at the time, and I really liked the look of it, but this was kind of £10 more expensive than the skirt I ordered. KILLSTAR very kindly swapped me this dress as a straight swap, so I didn't actually pay the full price for this. I did pay around £10 less, which is pretty good, I have to say. But yeah, I am so pleased. Probably one of the best decisions I've made this year was to actually just go ahead and swap it as a straight swap, because honestly this is one of my favourite dresses now. So this dress is kind of in different sections. I kind of class this as a lazy dress in the fact that you can put this on and look like you've paid a lot of time and effort to your outfit and spent a long time like layering and accessoring don't think that's the word, accessorizing, when really you've just kind of chucked on a dress. So those are my favourite dresses. So basically there's lots of kind of elements to this dress, so I'm going to try and show you each of them. There is no element to this dress that can be removed, in the fact that you cannot like take this mesh off and wear it kind of separately. It is fully kind of sewed to the mesh. There is no removing it. So the mesh kind of just covers your very kind of top part. So there are mesh sleeves. It goes across the top of your chest and also across your back as well. As for the mesh, it has been kind of finished off very nicely. There's no tears or holes in mine, although it does feel not delicate in the fact that like I worry about putting it on or anything, but probably if you tried really hard you could probably stab your nail through. The only thing that annoys me about this mesh is when I wear this dress, ever too often this KILLSTAR label does just stick up like that on my back, so you do have to kind of adjust the label, otherwise you have a kind of horrendous looking KILLSTAR label at the back. Although their labels are quite pretty, and this one does have a cat on it, so maybe it's not too much of an issue. So along the top of the dress, so over your shoulders, you do have these 2 straps, and you can probably see that they do come down in a almost, is this called like a racer or like not a halter, a racer kind of style, in the fact that it meets at the middle, and it does actually meet with a kind of triangle, which is pretty cool. I'm used to them kind of meeting with a D or a circle ring, so a nice little triangle ring is always very nice. These are not removable. You cannot open this in any way. It is fully attached to the triangle. The straps themselves again are not adjustable. They do have these little kind of squares at the front, but you cannot kind of remove them or make them shorter, so these are just the length they are. This fits me perfectly. I wouldn't kind of adjust the straps in any way. However, if you did receive this and the straps were like baggy, I guess you could kind of sew a little kind of jump in it maybe at the back. So As we go down the front, as you can see, the bodice is very, very structured, and it does have this kind of cutout section. So between this mesh here at the top and then the kind of scoop neck part of the dress, you can see some skin. The actual material of the rest of this dress is really nice and is actually the main reason why I've decided to add all of these dresses into the same haul. All of these dresses are made out of this same material, and the only way I can really describe it is almost like a denim. It is kind of the material that like my jeans are made out of, in the fact that it's nice and thick and very structured. It definitely does smooth you out and kind of suction you in a little bit, but also there is a hella load of stretch in there. Like, it is very, very forgiving. I absolutely love this material. Definitely prefer this kind of material to more of like a cotton dress, which sometimes just kind of clings to all of the wrong bumps, but this just kind of hugs you in the right places, and is very, very comfortable to wear. These are definitely thicker dresses, but I did wear mine yesterday in the scorching heat here in England and it was absolutely fine. So as you can see, this front is very, very structured, but it does have a lot of stretch in there. I have no issues with fit with this dress. It just kind of fits absolutely perfectly. And then on the back, you can see, as I said, it meets at this triangle and then the strap goes down. This strap is like fully sewn on, so you can't actually adjust it again in any way. But there is just like a very sort of faint line going down the back to give the illusion that the strap is continuing down. Ultimately, I think they've done this just because there are straps that come off either side, so they're kind of wanting to look like they link together. But again, they've got another triangle at the bottom, and then the straps come around the side. Now, I've just realised that I have given you a massive lie, because you can actually adjust this. I knew that you could undo the poppers at the front for these. I didn't realise you could undo the poppers at the back if you wanted to remove them completely. For some reason I thought you just could undo the front, so there you go, I lied to you. You can actually remove these straps if you would want to, but you would be left with these kind of odd squares. But I get you could put a chain on or something like that. Let's go back to the front. So on the front we can see that it comes to a kind of banded waistline. This is where it suctions you in, and then you do have these chains which come off either side. Well, straps that come off either side. They are adjustable in the fact that you can make them shorter or longer, but I just have mine on the middle setting because they don't really affect the fit. It's just kind of how they look. And as I've just discovered, you can remove these by popper if you would like to, but again, I feel like they kind of add an extra dimension to the dress, and especially due to the fact you've kind of got the chain kind of straps at the top, like the straps at the top very nicely kind of match these straps at the bottom. And then the dress itself goes into a very large kind of circle skater style thing. There's no pleats as such in this skirt, but kind of pleats almost come naturally when you wear it, but it's very big and very circular and very stretchy. There is so much weight to this dress that the kind of skirt just kind of flows down nicely. And definitely a dress that I wouldn't accessorize with a cardigan, one that I would wear separately. Now, something that actually sold me to this dress originally, which is due to another dress which I'm about to show you next, is the fact that it does have little belt loops on the front, and I have recently become a massive sucker for belts. I did buy this belt from KILLSTAR. I guess you could wear it with this dress, but if I was wearing it with this particular dress, I probably would remove those straps on the side, but I have recently been purchasing quite a few different belts. So I liked the fact that it had these belt loops, and in the picture they hadn't accessorized it with a belt, which I will come back to in a moment, but I kind of just noticed these belt loops and thought like, oh, I could wear this with a belt. And that for some reason sold me completely on this dress, and honestly I am so happy. I absolutely love this. There is so much kind of weight and structure to it, and I am such a sucker for this material. So the next dress I'm going to show you is actually the middle one. So this is one that came out probably around 6 months ago now, and it is this dress. I absolutely love it. It is in exactly the same material, however this one does have leather accents rather than the kind of mesh. So this dress is called the Regan Pinafore dress. They do also have this dress in tartan, but of course I bought it in black. I do really like the tartan option. I was about to say that I wouldn't wear it though, but actually now I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe I would wear it. Maybe it is quite cute. Damn it. On the top we do have these two leather straps. Now the straps themselves can be adjusted. I did actually see Simply Spooky reviewing this dress, and she did note that the straps for her were too long. Even though they do have the adjustable option, there are only 2 sizes to choose from. So you either have the kind of bigger size or the smaller one. There's only 2 choices. There's nothing stopping you kind of sewing your own poppers on there, but it is a bit of a faff. Because I feel like when you're paying higher prices for dresses, it is nicer just to have them fit straight away. It does have these straps on the back, and it is in a pinafore style. This is not a dress I would wear kind of on its own. I have worn it with a black t-shirt, and I've also worn it with a fishnet top. Personally, I feel this works best with a t-shirt and a fishnet top underneath the t-shirt, so you have like fishnet sleeves, a black top, and then this dress over top. But I guess you could wear it with a jumper, you could wear it maybe on its own if you were feeling confident enough, but definitely it is quite a low cut dress, and it is sort of designed to be worn with something underneath. As I said, it does have these straps, and then the kind of pleather straps do lead into the back. You can see the back is very low cut, and I think this is kind of part of the pinafore, almost like dungaree dress style, because it does have a very, very low back. Now the kind of metalwork on this dress is what sort of drew me to it. So on the front it does have a functioning zip, although it is always very hard to do when you're not wearing it. So you can undo this zip completely if you want it undone completely. I found it does look best when the zip is kind of done up to the top. Do I have any issues with this zip? Not necessarily, but a few times, I mean only a couple of occasions, I have noticed that this zip has kind of undone to about there, but obviously you can pull that up, and it does very much depend on what kind of bra I'm wearing. If I'm wearing a almost like mesh lace bra, I definitely find that this dress does fit a lot nicer than if I'm wearing more of like a padded structured bra. So it does have the functioning zip at the front. The zip does come down to just like above where my bust ends, and then the dress does cinch in at the waist, very much like the dress I showed you a minute ago. Now before I talk about the waist, it does have a zip down the back. This is how I get the dress on. The previous dress I just showed you is a dress you pull on over the head, whereas this one is one which just has a big long zip down the back, so you can kind of step into this dress. This is a very kind of thick and hefty zip, and I really, really like it, and I've had no issues at all with this zip coming undone. So that's the sign of zips covered. Now let's get to the central part. So around the center of the dress you can see that there are belt loops. Now this is something that caused a lot of, it didn't cause a lot of controversy, but it caused me a lot of grief. Basically in the picture, I will insert it here, you can see that the lady in the stock photo when you buy this dress has a lovely little studded belt going on. I assumed that this dress came with that belt. Now luckily I did watch Simply Spooky's haul of it, and she said like, oh, she went to order the dress and it didn't come with the belt. And if you read the little kind of blurb, the little description of this dress, it does in a very kind of inconspicuous way say that you can match it with a studded belt and a crop top. So like it doesn't actually come with that belt. Now I was kind of sold on the way this dress looked with the belt. I think without the belt it still does look nice, but it just looks like it's missing something, if you know what I mean. Like you've got a lot of kind of metal work going on, and then it's just sort of plain around the middle, and especially since there are these kind of over dramatic like leather belt loops. So I did look on the website at their studded belt. They had the model was wearing a kind of belt very similar to this. It's a single kind of studded belt. Their ones were £10. I did pick up this one for £2 off of eBay. However, I can definitely tell that the quality of this isn't great. It's throwback, absolute throwback from when I was at college, where you've got like the the studs popping out, and then they're like stabbing you on the back, and then part of you just wants to like remove some of them, and then you've got like the broken up look. And to be honest with you, like back when I was at college, like missing a few studs was like pretty cool. Like it showed that you'd had your belt for ages and you'd gone through all this stuff with your belt and the studs are falling out and you didn't care. But now I kind of like a bit more of a polished look, and so like I wore this belt once. I wore it to Brighton Tattoo Convention. As you can see, like the belt hole itself is like coming apart. It worked for one outfit. So that did lead me to want to kind of buy the KILLSTAR like single studded belt, although as I showed you I did end up kind of buying this one instead. But luckily I came across this, which is again a bit of a throwback. This is actually a man's belt. It is by the company Lowlife. This was actually Mike's belt. He did buy this many moons ago for his tiny little hips. And he was actually throwing it out because it no longer fitted him, but as you can see, it is like pretty much completely brand new. This line here is me. But it still had the tags on actually when he was going to throw it out, so I was like, yo, I'm going to try it, and it just fits round. I have had to put like a little hairband here just to kind of hold it together, because I do have to put it on the last hole, which seems to be a recurring theme when it comes to my belts, but I do have to put it on the last hole, so I just like loop it underneath the hairband and it holds it in place. So this belt is now my KILLSTAR dress belt. It is a double studded belt, but actually I feel like it works really nicely. In the picture she's gone for one which is just the one liner studs, but this slightly thicker double stud belt still does look nice, and it does also still fit through this hole. If I take my single studded belt, which is like the one that you would buy on KILLSTAR, although obviously a lot cheaper, you can see that there is like a lot of movement going on in there, whereas this thicker double studded belt fits kind of perfectly in there. So definitely I'd say if you are someone who has a double studded belt already, it would work really nice with this dress. But if you are buying kind of for the dress, like if you're buying a belt for the dress, maybe consider getting a double studded one over the single studded one. So it does have that option for the belt. I did think it was very naughty that they put in both pictures, in the black one and the tartan, this dress was advertised with the belt, but I assume that was just someone's muck up in the advertising department, because when it came to this first one I showed you with the big kind of belt loops, it had no belt at all, which ultimately I probably would have bought that dress quicker if I had a belt. So however, what it does come with is this chain dealio that goes all the way around the outside. There are 4, I believe. Yeah, there's 4 of these O-rings, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, and these have chains connecting with them. So at first I did not like how this looked. Well, not that I didn't like, I felt like it would look better on a smaller person, but actually on someone like my kind of figure, size 12 to 14 UK, it sits really nicely, and if anything it kind of accentuates my figure, giving it a more kind of hourglass look. So yeah, I actually really like these chains. Something as well which is actually really cool, especially for washing this, or even if you just wanted to dress it down a bit, if you just kind of wanted more of like a plain black dress, this chain is fully removable. The chain did actually come separate to the dress as well, so when you receive the dress it doesn't actually have the chain on, but basically you have the little O-rings, and what you'll notice is there is a little hinge on the O-ring, and you can just push this O-ring and slide it out, and then you have sort of a plain dress. And then when it comes to attaching it again, you can slide it back through the loop and do it back up. So it's very easy to like remove and attach, and that is the same for all of these O-rings. I personally don't think I would wear this dress without the O-rings. When I bought it I did fully intend to have it as like a work, more corporate dress without the O-ring kind of belt thing going on, and then add the chains when I wanted to spice it up a bit. But definitely I feel like they just finish off the dress. Now as you can see they are all sort of attached, so it comes as like a big circle of chain with the 4 O-rings, and then you kind of have to step into the circle or put the circle over your head and then attach them. It definitely is a little bit of a faff attaching them like first off, but then they are absolutely fine. I haven't had them come apart at all. The only thing is that some of them, when you push them down, like this one, it does like click out too far, like it comes out too far, but it's very easy just to kind of push it back into the right place. So definitely not an issue. I'd say that the O-rings are not a very good quality metal compared to the chain. The chain is a very cold and thick metal, whereas the O-rings do feel slightly more plasticky, and I'm not too sure what you would do. I guess you could just kind of buy your own O-rings, but if these were to break. But honestly, I don't remove these at all, so they've been fine. I did wear this when I went out to go watch some music the other day, and I did spend the whole time just fiddling with this. It's quite fun to play with. I'm not sure if it helps with the longevity of it, but yeah, those are removable if you want to. And then the skirt itself, unlike the one I previously showed you, is actually pleated. It has very, very heavy and sturdy pleats, as you can see. I definitely found when I wore this first, the pleats are all like messed up from where it was all packaged up, and it did take a while for them to drop. But all I did was literally find an old hanger, put the dress on a hanger. Apparently I don't know how to use hangers anymore. Put the dress on a hanger, and I just kind of left it to sit for a while, and the pleats all just kind of sorted themselves out. Definitely with all of these dresses, they are very kind of overly structured when you first put them on, and it definitely takes like a good wear just to kind of soften them up and make them kind of flowy but in a thick fabric way. So that is the second of the 3 dresses. And then this is the last one, which I have to admit I haven't actually worn out yet. The other 2 I have, like, I just can't, like, I'm pretty much flipping between the 2 of them. Like, one goes in the wash and I wear the other one, and then once I've put the second one in the wash, the first one's back out so I can put that one back on. Whereas this one for me is definitely a kind of future goal dress. It's not a dress which I currently feel fully confident to wear as it is, whereas the first 2 I showed you, I absolutely love wearing them. I feel great when I wear them. This one I am still a little bit self-conscious about, and that is because this is a bodycon dress. I have not worn a bodycon dress since I was at school, so since I was about 16. I have many lumps and bumps, and I am just very conscious of showing them off. I do generally stick to kind of skater style dresses, but because I had these ones and the material is so much thicker and it is forgiving and it is stretchy, I saw this in the sale and I was like, maybe I'll give it a try. So this is still in the sale. It was originally £50 in price, but it's been reduced down to 40, so it's still quite expensive. And it's called the Casey Bodycon Dress. Now the lady in the model is like a size small, so I really wasn't sure how this would look on like a bigger person. and I'm still undecided. I'm still not, as I said, quite confident to wear this, but it is in that same material, and definitely this material is a lot nicer than a cotton would be. So this is how the dress looks. As I said, it is a bodycon dress. It is relatively simple in the fact that it has a kind of zip going from the front right at the top all the way down to the bottom, and this is a fully working zip. And then you do have these little O-ring mid bobs which come with little poppers, so you undo the popper, thread it through, and then you can get to the zip. So when I put this on, I have to undo the first two of these, and then they're very, very simple just to redo up as such. So I did think, due to the fact that there are these details on the front, maybe it would draw away the attention from like my lumps and my non-flat stomach. If anything, it does almost draw a little bit more attention to it. I did also quite like the kind of top of this. It does have a nice cutout here, and then it is a sort of high necked dress. There are again these matching straps, although these ones don't come apart, and this little zip here which does also work. Ta-da! And then the back again also does have a cutout, almost, what is that, like a triangle almost. And then all the way down the back, it's not actually adjustable, but it does have a corset detail. Although this, like, you cut, like, there's nothing on the inside. It is just a detail with some kind of pleather accents. I do really like this corset detail. I think it looks really nice. So yeah, it's like a very simple dress in that fact. It's almost just like one long piece of material. There's a very little bit of structuring on the waist, but this is mainly on the back. The main thing I would say about this dress, unfortunately, is the top part is a little bit too big. Usually I buy a size large, and the top is fine. As you can see, like, there's usually nice, like a lot of stretch in there. Where this is a stretchy material, I was hoping that it would be on the kind of tighter side and stretch out, but actually it's kind of the opposite. The neck part is slightly too big for my neck, and so are the shoulders, and because it is a very structured material, it ends up kind of bagging up a little bit like a shoulder pad, so it's not the most comfortable on the top either. I have been umming and ahhing about how I can modify this dress, because I do really like it, and I think part of it is down to just my confidence and what I'm used to, but I was thinking about maybe having the zip sort of half done up and folding it over so it almost makes like a little collar kind of thing going on. But yeah, I will show you how this dress looks on, but please excuse the fact that I will be wearing a cardigan at the same time. So that is the third dress from KILLSTAR, and definitely one which I am working towards being comfortable wearing. I have two dresses here which I absolutely love, and one which I am working towards, but I definitely didn't hate it enough to return it. So I'm sorry if this was a super long video, but I just felt like these three dresses fitted really nice into one big haul. So as always, I will leave all the links down below to each of these dresses, as well as any kind of counterparts they have. I will leave a link to the KILLSTAR belt in case you would like to purchase it. As I said, these first two dresses look amazing with the belt. So thank you very much for bless me. Thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!